ay, ay. Well. This is new. I was thinking is will be good make this video with the camera that I have in my computer. So I'm going to try. I'm going to try to read a chapter in this mood. To the people that didn't know another video from my another video in my YouTube channel, I'm Luquitas Montes and I'm reading a book. The name of the book is The Climb. The Climb. Well, now I'm going to start with the chapter 1. I don't know how to put this. Well, sorry. Chapter 1. I'm a bit nervous. The name of the chapter 1 is A Man Called Holland. It began one day in the summer. It was the day that the man came to the island. The man who called himself Holland. It was early in the morning. The plane flew in a circle above the island and then it began to come down. Holland was nervous. He looked out of the window and the island below. It was beautiful, but he thought to himself, was I right to come? The plane landed just as the sun came up. Holland walked across the airport building with the other passengers. It was already hot. He was traveling alone. It was his first visit and it was probably his last. A second visit was probably too dangerous. I don't have to do it, he thought. There is still time to say no. I can get on the next plane and fly out of here, away from this island. But he knew that this wasn't really possible. He needed the money. He needed it badly. He saw a telephone and walked across to it. He took a notebook from his pocket. He took a notebook from his pocket. Then he turned the page until he found a number. His hand was shaking as he picked up the phone. "Hello," said a voice at the other end. Holland knew that voice. "It's me," he said. "I've arrived." "Ah, good," the voice said. "Your flight's on time." "Where I am staying?" Holland asked. "In a holiday villa on the cliff," the voice said. "Okay," Holland said. "You sound nervous. You're going to do the job, aren't you?" "I don't know," Holland said. "I told you before. I want to see the place first. I want to see exactly what I have to do." You'll be able to see the house from the villa," said the voice at the other end. "That's what you wanted?" "Yes," Holland said. "But how do I get there?" "Pick up a card and a map from the airport garage. They are both waiting for you in the name of Holland. You'll find the villa easily. It's on the cliff road. It belongs to a man called Kasaku. He knows nothing, of course." What about the money? Holland asked. You will get it. You'll get it later today, the voice said. Half the money now, the other half after the job's done. Where do I meet? I've already told you that. The voice sounded angry now. Tell me again. Tell me again, Holland said. The voice told him. Okay, Holland said. 11 o'clock. I'll be there. He put down the phone and went to the airport garage. The airport was half empty. empty. He looked at the faces of the other people. They were tourists on holiday, with none of the worries that he had. Will anybody know my face? I hope not, thought Holland. I don't have to say, I don't have to stay. He thought, I can leave now. But he went to get a car. The island wasn't far from the coast of Greece. It was popular with people who wanted a quiet holiday. There weren't many bars and there were no nightclubs. It was a place for people who liked to walk, or they could swim or sit in the small cafes with a glass of wine. On another part of the island, a young man was climbing a cliff. His sister, Eleni, was swimming in the sea. Costas and his sister lived on the island. Their father, Mr. Kasaku, owned a holiday villa and some holiday flats. Okay. Costas was studying at the university. He wanted to be a doctor. Eleni was still at school. But now they were home, on holiday. Eleni liked swimming. Costas liked climbing the cliff around the island. The cliffs were high on this part of the island. They were shaped like a letter C around the beach. The beach was almost empty because it was still early in the morning. There were only a few people walking along the sand. 2 or 3 others sat or stood outside their holiday flats. The island woke up slowly. Costas liked to get up early and climb the rocks above the beach. That morning, Eleni decided to go with him. She wanted to have an early swim. She was lying on her back in the water, looking up at the cliff. She looked around the cliff until she saw the small, brightly colored shape of her brother in his climbing clothes. He was she was halfway up the cliff. He's a better climber than he was, he thought. But he gets into dangerous places. I don't like it when he climbs alone. It's more dangerous. I'm almost afraid to watch him. Sometime later, Eleni looked across the holiday villa that her father owned. It stood between other villas at one end of the cliff top. There was a car outside Mr. Gosaku's villa. It looked small from the sea, but Eleni could see that it was a long, low car with an open top. It wasn't a car that she knew. The car wasn't there earlier, Eleni said to herself. It probably belongs to the person who is staying in the villa this weekend. She swam for another half hour. The weather was warm and pleasant. She watched Costas make the climb back down. He began to walk towards the other end of the beach. The cliff was steeper there, and the rocks were more dangerous. Eleni saw where he was going. She looked worried, and she came out of the water. This is another level of English. But I think that I understand. I understood the chapter one. So I hope you enjoy this. See you in another video. Give me a like, subscribe, those things that the people say in the videos. And have a nice day.